So next one we got is the Wiki, the infamous Wiki of Fantasy Alive. So a bit of, well, first of all, what is a wiki in case you're not sure? A wiki is a self-referencing database where you can actually like put in information and then the different aspects you can link to different other pages along the way. It's Wikipedia. It's all kinds of interesting things out there that if you're trying to source information and organize it in a really good way, it's a really fantastic tool to use. So we have one and have had one for FA for years now. So historically, we have actually updated and put a bunch of things into it over time. If you go to the website, well, actually, hopefully it'll be changed right now. But had you gone to the website when we were recording this, you probably wouldn't have found a whole lot of stuff on the wiki right now. And there is a couple reasons for that. Three ones, mainly. The first one is that when it was totally me, crashed our website completely. I have a very slight coding background, and it is definitely not enough for the things that I'm doing. So every once in a while, I screw up really badly. And this time, I screwed up badly enough that our website died, like completely, and I had no recourse for it. So when that happened, we managed to find a new server and a new host and all that, and get it transferred over and set up a new website. For those of you who were around at the time, it took us like a solid week, I think, to get everything back to a reasonable spot where people could actually get back to the website. And so that was all my bad. Great. But then the transferring all of the things, one of the things we found out was that a lot of the information was on the website and we weren't particularly well organized, especially Doug. Doug's not an organized guy.
That's on me.
Yeah, so we went back to look at all of our documents to be like, okay, well, we have all these things saved somewhere, right? Not especially, at least not that we could find. So there were a lot of things in the transfer that we lost. So we got to the new website, we started setting it up, we went to the wiki and we're like, okay, well, let's set up our wiki. We can do this. Oh, wait, we don't have a lot of these things. Oh, great. So a lot of things we ended up having to kind of either like write from scratch or change some of like an older version of it that we had originally that we then updated for the website and then forgot to save somewhere or something. So it was a whole wonderful, wonderful time that we went through. And so when we got to our current website, we have a current wiki. We started putting things up there. And then the third reason came up, which was that what I talked about in the player relations side of this, there were a lot of real world issues that came to our attention that have been around for a very long time, but only recently really struck a chord that finally got us to realize some of these things were going on. And we looked at some of our wiki entries and realized they also needed some very serious editing to make sure that they also fit to make that welcoming community that we keep wanting. So if somebody goes to the wiki and starts reading an article and gets turned off from the game just because of what's in there, then we're not doing our job right. So what we ended up doing was taking all the things off of the wiki, just wholesale off, and then reviewing them all and going over and making the changes necessary to make sure that those things all get done. So we were taking away things like the idea of slavery and all of these things being a acceptable practice. We made sure that that was removed from everything we had because it is an abhorrent thing and we want to make sure we express that to everybody that's around. And some of the racial makeup things, we had the races up on the website and we wanted to make sure that they were written properly again. So all of that is down, at least it is at the time of this taping right here. But we are at the stage where we have gotten the work done on all of these. We have worked on all these. We have gotten them to a point where they hopefully will actually be back up on the wiki by the time this video comes out for everyone else. If not, then soon. So look forward to those kind of things. But it's been a bit of a haul to get it from the destruction that I caused and the disorganization that we had to go through to back to something more reasonable again here. So thanks for being patient with us. We're sorry that the wiki has not been that useful, but we hope it'll be a much better tool going forward. Especially in our head of wiki. Our current head of wiki is Jared, and he is fantastic and has been really working hard to get everything going on this. We're really thankful for all his help, and he's done a great job of getting everything organized and getting everything written and ready to go, and keeping us on track sometimes in that case. That's also a thing that we need sometimes, so appreciate it. Uh, yeah, so it's as for yeah, so we're hoping to have everything up. If it's not up by now, at least into January, a bunch of the major things are going up. So that'll be good. There you go.
Um, for the wiki, is there anything after? Because I know I've read everything we've written, so we've had. I know there's a couple things that are already approved. They're going to be going up soon.
Mhm.
What's next? Like, how do you decide what goes up in what order?
Yeah. So that's a big one actually, because there's a lot of things. We have a lot of people who are very interested in writing up lore for us that we can then use for the game. But they're usually very interested in one specific aspect that they want to write about. And sometimes it's very disconnected from other things that are going on in the game. So they might be very interested in like one country that's far off in the world because that's where their character's from, or they just think that the idea of that country is really neat and want to develop it more, but isn't necessarily immediately necessary to the game. And at the moment, we're in a very important situation where we want to get the information that is necessary for people to play the game to come in. So we have right now on the docket, should be up any day now, if it's not already, the wiki entries for Herodom and for Michigan, which are two of the major countries that are around. Herodom is specifically where the game takes place, and Michigan being the like one of its closest neighbors that I've had a lot of relations with. So those two countries should actually be up soon, and that's a very important one we do there. As well as some of the racial write-ups, so people can like delve into a race a bit more and see what kind of information they have about them. And so we that's kind of our idea, is that we want to start from like the local aspects that we want in the game. So like the things that specifically affect the day-to-day life almost of every character that's in game, and then kind of work out from there. So we'll have Herodom and Michigan, and then we'll have the other neighboring countries that are the most likely areas that other characters will be from or will interact with. Those ones will be kind of next, and then we'll kind of like work out from there, and as we build, hopefully we build a more interesting lore for everything around. So that's the goal, and that's the effort. And I think Jared's doing a great job of setting that all up. So we're really looking forward to seeing where that all goes.
The whole team's working hard, that's for sure.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, we've had a lot of people put a lot of effort into our wiki, and we're very thankful for all the help that they give us. And it's looking good. I think we'll have it all up soon. So, yeah.